Okay, we're setting up for our next Magic Realm match here. We got the Black Knight, the Magician, the Witch King, and the Wizard. I swapped out because the Witch and the Witch King were in the same cohort, and so I swapped out. I think the Swordsman for the Witch King for this one. That makes this a super magic heavy group with the Magician, Witch King, and Wizard all being pretty decent casters. I the Wizard's still in my mind a half caster. Since he sort of plays different, he's like the Druid. Like I don't consider the Druid wins with spells. The Druid wins with his special abilities, and his spells just help. The Wizard sort of leans into spells a little more since he has access to some of the type fours and so on. But I don't consider him to be sort of a main primary caster because again he doesn't have a good well, it's not true with some of the new spells. I should say he doesn't have a good escape hatch, but he does. He has sleep, and we're going to use sleep today, and you'll see that here in a minute. There we go. What the hell? I hate when that happens, when the stuff falls through the other stuff. So we're just doing setup right now, and let's see where everybody ends up. So the Black Knight, the Magician, the Witch King, and the Wizard. So yeah, let's take a quick look. Black Knight, of course, doesn't matter. I went with a weird. This probably is not doing the Magician any favors here. I went with sort of a weird cohort of spells to try something different. I have Summon Aid, so he can grab a native and summon a native. Peace with Nature, so he keeps this gold shit going. He can, because you get to roll, and then he can go, okay, I don't want to turn over some of this crap. And then Poison. So I figure that Hidden, he can actually make, or with the rogues, he can actually make some pretty good fights happen. So we're gonna try this. I obviously the easy way to go would be Transform, Remedy, and Nudge. Like that's sort of the easy way for the Magician. And I figure let's go with sort of a semi-druid summoner. Let's do that. Witch King, I'm going pretty straightforward. We're going to go Drain Life, Fiery Blast, Melt into Mist, and Dissolve Spell. And you need Dissolve Spell because you have enough folks that can flip tiles that if I play against a Melt into Mister and I want to stop them, if I'm playing aggressive, and I just go and flip every purple tile and go, yeah, you can get through all these, but you're not going to do anything. The Wizard, I go with one of my favorite Wizard builds, which is Flame Sword Sleep. The Wizard, oh, and by the way, while I'm here, God, I do hate the amount of chits the Wizard has in all of his, just because. Let's go like that, because it makes it hard to do this, is my problem. Oh, right. So, yeah, I haven't made the... Yeah, that sucks. I need to fix the Wizard. I've not actually made his chits how they play here. So we take an M5 and we replace it with a Type 3 2, right? Yeah, Type 3 2, which is flippin' awesome, by the way. So yeah, we get the error. Give me the elf. He has a Type 3 too, right? Pretty sure. Yes, he does. Done. Okay. So we can hide that now. He doesn't need to actually be there. So we take an M5, we discard it, we replace it with a Type 3 2. And that makes a lot of stuff way better for the Wizard. You wouldn't think a Type 3 chit would be that important. First off, it makes everything line up. He has 3, 3, 2, 2, and 2. I love that. But We flip that bad boy, and now he has a time 2 sleep, which can hit everybody. Flame sword. Now these are type 2s. They actually should go on top here. I'm ruining things here. Flame sword. So he can flip one or both of those. I think we'll flip one for now, just so that we can enchant. Yeah, I think we want some enchantable pairs here. And that's going to give us just a nice, because now this dude gets an L star star with a time 3 attack, and it's medium star star because he can up strength it. So that's medium, heavy, tremendous. So he can kill tremendous, like, so giants, the tremendous spider, like, all become viable targets. Everything else he can sleep aside from type 2s. Because he can hit everybody time 2. So no octopus, no imp, right? He becomes effectively like a melee woods girl type character. He can get away from almost anything he needs to and kill almost anything he needs to. So I do like that build for the wizard. I think the weakest build here is the magicians. We'll see, though. I'm sort of interested to see how this goes. I really need to fix. I need to fix my lighting in here. Like it's gotten darker somehow. That's a later day. That's a tomorrow problem. Okay, let's get everybody settled with some cards. So we deal 4 groups of 3. And deal, quest, and quest. And we flip these bad boys, and this is going to be the Black Knight. The Black Knight gets take cover, which is a good card. Giant Slayer, not really possible. The Black Knight is not able to kill anything with his base weapon heavier than a heavy. So I think we're ditching that one. We're going to keep Take Cover. Take Cover is one of the best of those event cards you can possibly get, because immediately allowing you to become hidden means you don't have to hide. So it's almost like getting an extra phase a day in many circumstances. Pilgrimage largely just depends on whether he has a good sight line to the chapel. And he does. Just right up here, boom, 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 in. I think we're going to keep Pilgrimage and Take Cover. So we got 2 of our 3. We're going to discard this one and redraw Bury the Dead. Bones W. Bury the Dead in Bones W. And he has to keep that one. So head to the tile with the Bones W. Chit in any clearing, locate until you discover. Return those bones to any dwelling to receive 1 VP and choose 1 reward. $5 sucks. I mean, doesn't suck, but it's not something you would specifically go out of your way to do. However, raise your relationship with all natives at this dwelling by 1 level could be amazing. And a militiaman doesn't suck. Frankly. So definitely, I think, now again, this one depends on sort of where that Bones W tile is. Are there woods tiles around him? Like, if it's here, well, that's great. If it's not here, then wow, that's a lot of walking. Literally up there. Because what I would do, strangely enough, is like, he's neutral with the order. Can you imagine the knight friendly with the order? That would rock. His very own knight errant coming along to his squire to kill everything. That'd be amazing. So we're gonna keep that one for now. We have to, but we're gonna keep it for a little bit just to see. So now we get the challenge for the magician, locksmith in the high pass, and diplomat. So let's look and see what the challenge is. We add 2 to that. It's the soldier. So soldier 1 in the guardhouse. So the guardhouse is way up there. Our magician's way down here. That's a bit of a walk there, Pally. And it's through the borderlands and through the mountains. I mean, it is a jaunt to get there. I think we ditched that one. Where's the high pass? High pass is here, so it's a little closer. We'll keep the locksmith. I think we ditched the challenge. We're going to ditch diplomat. There's not enough woods around us to make that one worthwhile. So we're going to keep locksmith. We're going to get big game, and we're going to get locate the pole. So locksmith, a big game, and locate the pole. So for the locksmith, we're going to roll 1 die, and it's 6. So we put a token in 6. High pass 6. That is here. And that's where our locksmith is. That's not, I mean, it's not great, but it's not so far that I'm super concerned, right? Veil Walker would have been great for this map. I should have thought about that. Since he can pull it off. And then big game, I think it just depends on what's on the board. So we're going to hold off on that one. This is in high pass 6. And we'll write that down. And then locate the pool, of course, is, always locate the pool. You got to find the damn pool. Done. Witch King. Ghost Hunter. I mean, that's interesting because he's right on the ghosts. Envoy. Trade phase with 2 separate groups. One is friendly or allied. The other, it can be neutral or unfriendly. I mean, neutral's easy enough to find. The rogues are neutral to him. And I think the soldiers are neutral to him. Yeah. So really what it comes down to is, can you find the bash cards or the company? Do any of those appear or not? I mean, none of those suck, but you could get stuck trying to find a group that you're friendly with, right? If the company shows up on an early turn for the inn, then this becomes trivial. Envoy is immediate and done, and that's good for him because he can, because then he can make like the soldiers friendly or the rogues friendly, and none of that sucks for him. I think we keep Ghost Hunter because they're right here. We can get that done in a couple days. Locate the cairn. I mean, that could go awry. And then Envoy just is whether or not we can get. So let's keep them. Ghost Hunter, Envoy, locate the cairn. I think it's just role playing that we want to find the cairn. I think that makes perfect sense. What do we have for the wizard? The wizard is ancient scrolls, woodwork, and something else, and danger sense. So woodwork is ruins W. I mean, Ruins W. Now, so he has the advantage that all the woods are literally right here. So I think he's going to keep that, even though I think ultimately all of these treasures don't help him much. I mean, sure, you can create a spear. Sure, you can create maybe a light shield he would take. But I mean, everything else sort of sucks. I do not take ancient scrolls on a mage because I probably want that scroll. So I'm going to ditch ancient scroll. I'm going to keep danger sense because it all of a sudden makes his, and he has ghost hunter. I don't like that at all because that's not going to work. So we have woodwork in ruins W, danger sense, which is a free alert, and then ghost hunter, which is probably going to be taken care of by the Witch King before we can ever get down there. So that sucks a little bit. We should be able to find Ruins W if it's up here at all. In which case, we do the deed, maybe take the $5, maybe take the shield. Other than that, are we friendly with the guard? We are not friendly with the guard. Oh, we're friendly with the guard. Yeah, so they might have some stuff for us. Otherwise, we're going to stick around the ruins and the mountains to see what's there before we move on. So I think we have everyone set with their quests. We now are going to draw 3 events here, and then we'll be ready to start the game. So event 1 for 1 week is the riddle game, which we don't know where it appears. Because we need to know. So it's literally going to appear in. Where the hell did riddle game go, guys? What did I do? There it is. Okay. And when things aren't in alphabetical order, I wig out. I can't help it. Monastery. So that's going to appear in the mountains, and the rift is going to appear. So let's get the monastery out. Search monastery and the rift. I'm thinking of the Simpsons song, Monastery, 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 right? Yeah, wait, no? Okay. So let's put the monastery in Mountain 4. That is weirdly accessible to a lot of folks. The rift goes in one of those tiles, 3, the high pass. So high pass is going to get, high pass 4 gets the rift. Wow. Okay. So that's, well, that's interesting. That's not quite where the magician wanted to go, but definitely the high pass. And then the riddle game, we need to find ruins, bones, or dank W. You find one of those, you find the riddle game. So I think the wizard has the fast track on that. Just because he has all 3 of those ready to go, but it does behoove someone to flip one of these, I think. Black Knight for sure. And Black Knight, he's not buddies with the rogues, but he does have subtract 1 because everybody just fears him. I don't know that he's going to trade with the rogues right off the bat. Who's he looking for? The Black Knight always, and he's in a precarious position at the beginning of the game, I always feel. He's not particularly friendly with the rogues. He can generally not get into trouble with them because he subtracts 1. Like, they're not going to make trouble with him. They fear him. Because he doesn't subtract 1. He actually rolls 1 die instead of 2. There is a chance, but, he has a good chance of getting on. So maybe he hires a guy or 2. And then he is friendly with the soldiers. The soldiers cost him what? the soldiers have quite a few dudes in their little cadre here. 10. So it's $10 to hire the soldiers. Um, or he could become friendly with the rogues. There's a lot of options. So I think this is a nice board here for these folks. The only problem with the board is it's a little vertical, so it's hard to show all on camera there. Oh, I'm gonna write down. I'm gonna give folks their text so it's more obvious at a glance who I'm on. This is the magician. I wish I wasn't white to begin with. It's weird. But yeah, I do think the board is pretty good for most of the characters early on. Um, it's sometimes you get sort of screwed. I think the wizard. I think the board is obviously divided into two halves. One half is effectively down to the mountains, right? It's here. That's one half of the board, and then the other half is everything south of that. Um, so we'll see how that plays out. We do have two characters that can enchant. Oh, and I need to quickly turn over some stuff. Let's see how the so I need all my sixes obviously are good. We're gonna flip and get two drain lives out the door, and we do need some purple. So I'm going to say, okay, I'm sort of hating this card. Like this card's driving me nuts. Let's lock it for giggles. We do two. Oh, geez. I didn't want to do that. Let me tell you that right now. Let me hit Z real quick and see if we can There we go. Sorry about that. Let's lock the Witch King's board because obviously his board. It's only this one. It's only the one that I have, that I own, quote unquote, is a mess. So let's see. Do we want to turn a third purple over or not? So you're going to melt into mist first thing. So you're going to burn this chit and burn one of these chits. At that point, you can only still cast one fiery blast before you are done. So I'm going to say maybe it doesn't matter, and we'll just go with two for now. But having said that, I think his first goal is to find a safe spot, find a safe space, and then cast Melt into Mist, get his chit back, return with an alerted fiery blast, try to kill these guys, melt if he needs to get Ghost Hunter done. And the funny part is, I think Ghost Hunter has an extra chapel thing, right? Yeah, one score, and then you can return to the chapel for an additional reward. So Ghost Hunter, Ghosts no longer block battle you, doesn't actually suck. Because I do count Ghosts as a dwelling for the Witch King. In terms of turning his spells, his cards in. So maybe like I would go and pick that up. There's no reason not to take the extra, move. It's just he hates the order. The order hates him. So yeah. So yeah, I think that's sort of how we play it. I really should have. I should have taken animate. I think, but I was really concerned with the wizard turning every darn, which I would have, every darn purple thing into enchanted, and thus forcing us to be stuck in all the purples instead of being able to utilize them. And we have, yeah, so we've turned one over for all these done. Okay, very good. And he already has. He's ready to flip right now. I think we're ready to go. I think that's it. So that was the setup. I do appreciate you hanging out here, and thanks a lot. Hopefully you'll join me for the game. I think this one will be pretty interesting. So talk to you later, and good. Have a good afternoon.